everybody, so we are going to finish our CFA number 6, the stats review. We already did 1 through 4, now we have 5 through 7, and that is going to be it. So number 5 says, this list shows the number of cars entering an intersection each hour in a small town. 6, 5, 7, 8, 5, 6, and 4. In the 8th hour, 16 cars enter the intersection. How does the addition of this data point affect the data set? So let's go ahead and look at our answers just so we know what we're looking for. So it says both the mean and the standard deviation increase. Both the mean and standard deviation decrease. The mean decreases, the standard deviation increases. The mean increases and the standard deviation decreases. So we know we are going to look for what the mean is and what the standard deviation is. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up our Desmos. This is question number 5. So here is our numbers, and I need to put X1 down here. So I have all of our numbers already in here, but we know we're looking for the mean and the standard deviation. So I'm going to make a little table. This is going to say without 16, and this is going to say with 16. So we need, let's move this down a little. We need the mean and the standard deviation. So let's go ahead and figure out what the mean is. So we can do our function button and do mean. So I'm going to put in my table X1. So our mean we get without the 16 is 5.9. Now, let's go ahead and find the standard deviation while I'm at it. And this is going to be just normal standard deviation because we're only looking at 8 hours, not the whole 24 hours of a day. There's my standard deviation, X1. And so it is 1.3. All right, 1.3. We could put a 5 if we wanted. So now, to make ourselves easy, let's go up on the table and just add the 16 from where these 16 cars entered the intersection. Let's see how that changes. So our new mean, because remember, in Desmos, it'll automatically update your data. The new mean is going to be 7.1, we'll say 3. And the new standard deviation is going to be 3.796, whatever, yada, yada, yada. So we can close out our Desmos. So if I look right here, going from 5.9 to 7.3, we know that is an increase. It goes up. Going from 1.35 to 3.796, that is also an increase. So both our mean and our standard deviation increased. So the only answer that talks about them both increasing is going to be A. So our answer here would be A. Let's go down to number 6. It says a data set is shown below. 32, 56, 29, 37, 29. If the outlier is removed, which is true? So let's go ahead and talk about what is the outlier. Well, the outlier is a number that's kind of not in the normal data. It could be really, really far away from the data one way or really, really far away from the data the other way. So our outlier here, we know we got 30s, 20s, but this 50, that's 56. That'll be the outlier. So I'm going to go ahead. Well, let's look at the question first. It says, if the outlier is removed, which statement is true? The mean could increase by 2. The mean could decrease by 2. The mean could increase by 4.9. The mean could decrease by 4.9. So let's kind of have a original. Okay, and then we'll have a new. And so this one is with the 56, and this one is without the 56. And let's see what we get in Desmos. And we're only looking for the mean, so this makes it, goodness grief, this makes it a little bit easier on us. We have a little bit less work to do. This is question 6. There we go. So I have our data in there. We are looking for the mean. Go to your function, select mean. We see our name is X1. So our mean with the 56 is going to be 36.6. Now, if I take the 56 out, I'm just going to highlight it and delete it, remove it. we see it turns into 31.75. Now we want to know how much it either increases or decreases by, so I'm going to take my original, 36.6, and I'm going to subtract the new, so 31.75, and we get 36.6 minus 31.75, 4.85. So let's go look at our answers. So we know that it decreased by 4.89. It went down because our numbers got smaller. So with these, both of these that say 2, we know we can mark those out. Now we have 4.9 and 4.9. Did our number get bigger? Did our number get smaller? Our number got smaller, which means it decreased. So our answer is going to be D. All right, let's finish up with number 7. So it says the table below shows the total profits of 9 movies in millions of dollars. We have 410, 335, 310, 360, 410, 418, or 318, 420, 338, and then again 420. So it says a new movie grosses at $680 million. Which measure is least affected by the movie? So if we go ahead and look at our answer so we know what we're looking for, we see range, mean, median, interquartile range. I'm going to do the same thing we've been doing on all the other previous problems. Make us a little table to keep our data organized. So we'll say without the 680, with the 680, and the difference. Okay, so we know we are looking for the range, the mean, the median, and the interquartile range. So we have our data. First thing, like always, we're going to do is just put it in our Desmos, and let's see what we get. So as we wait for our Desmos to load, I'm going to pull it up. Okay, here's our data. So we know we're looking for range, the mean, the median, and the interquartile range. So let's first just put in our stats function, because that'll give us a lot of information we need. Stats, and I labeled the column M. Remember, you can label your columns whatever you want, and we also need the mean, and the stats function does not give us the mean. All right, so we can start filling it in. So we got to find the range. We'll wait a second on it. The mean was 369. Our median was 360. Now to find the range, we know we have to do max minus the min, and IQR is Q3 minus Q1. So we see our max is 420 minus 310. That means we get 110. To find the Q3, we do 415 minus 326.5, and we get 88.5. So the problem tells us that a new movie grosses for 680. So that means I have to add that 680 to my table, and we have to look at how all of these numbers changed. So let's look at the new numbers with the 680. So the new mean is, we'll just call it 400. My new median is 385. Now, to find the range, we do max versus the min. So 680 minus 310. So we get 370. And then the IQR is Q3, so 420 minus 335, and that leaves us with 85. So now, this is the part that's a little bit more involved, but it's still not hard. We just have to find the difference between all of those numbers. So really, we just have to subtract them from each other. So 110 minus 370, and we get negative 260. And right here, we really don't care if it's positive or negative. We just care what the number is and how far away they are from each other. So the next one for mean, 369 minus 400 is negative 31. The median will be 360 minus 385. That gives us negative 25. And then our IQR, 88.5 minus 85. And we get 3.5. And I want to say it one more time. Again, we don't care right here if it's positive or negative. We just care how big these numbers are. So the question asks, what is the least affected? So we're looking for the smallest difference. And so the smallest difference is going to be the IQR down here, your interquartile range at 3.5, because frankly, that's just the smallest number. So that means our answer will have to be D. So that is the end of your CFA review for statistics. Remember, this is our last one. If you guys need any help, feel free to ask us. Thank you.